Tom here from Lawrence Systems, and goodbye Verizon, hello GoogleFi. So I am now on the new GoogleFi network, which is Google's phone service. Google did not go out and build a new phone network. They did not go out and buy a bunch and build a bunch of towers. What they did do was they contacted T-Mobile and Sprint, and they worked with them to get into the phone market. And what they're doing is they're buying access on both towers, and then with the Nexus phones, you have GoogleFi. It jumps between the towers and provides service that goes through Google's system. Now, this is technically like a VoIP system, how it works. As I understand it is, everything essentially they're just buying data access from the two different networks, plus they support Wi-Fi calling. So this gives you excellent coverage. So if you got Wi-Fi, you're covered. If you have T-Mobile and Sprint towers nearby, either one of those is going to pick whichever one is strongest and switch between them. I have drove around when I'm on the phone. I have my Bluetooth. No problems. It switches from, I started a call in the office and I can drive home and leave the range of the Wi-Fi. The magic they're using for this is smooth. It just transitions right from right from one network to another, never drops the call. You can't tell any difference. The voice quality, all HD, very clear. I've had no problems. I've only had it a few days, but I'm pretty happy with it. They make the process painless. They transition for you. So I knew I was switching from Verizon. I went ahead and gave, when I set up for Project Fi, because it requires one of the Nexus phones and they were on back order, it took a couple weeks to get the phone. So I put in all my information, my account information, and they transferred me from Verizon over. They took care of the number porting and everything. And I've never talked to anyone at Google. Never needed to. The sign-up process was really straightforward. It says, do you want to port your number or get a new one? I said, yes, port the number. You provide the account information and a PIN number. And when I got the phone, unboxed it, you put the SIM card in, and it says, do you want to finish the transfer? I said yes, and within 5 minutes of saying yes, this phone now rings with my phone number. It all transferred over. Really impressed. The plan and pricing is awesome. The GoogleFi allows you to pre-buy each month. You buy ahead of time all the data plan. It's unlimited talk and text, and that's the first $20 of the plan, and $10 per gig per month. Now, because everywhere I go I have Wi-Fi, I only use less than 1 gig per month. I know I'm a techie, but I just don't use a lot of data on my phone. I download all my music through the Google Play Music and save it on my phone, so I'm not putting up bandwidth there. I pre-download all my podcasts instead of streaming them, so I do that all over a Wi-Fi. So I don't use a lot of data, so now my phone bill, including taxes, is $33 a month. Yeah, that's right, $33 a month. This is cheap. You don't really group phones together on here, so if you're going, hey, this would be a good plan for my family, it probably is, but you got to remember you do one phone per Google account per Gmail address. So you set up a Gmail address, get your Google account going, and you can set up a GoogleFi account for each one of those and then pay them all separately. That I noticed or seen, or I don't know if they plan to do any type of grouping where you can set it up like a business account or a family account. But this way's fine. It's really simple for me. It's just me on the account, so I moved it over, ported it over, and for $33 a month, I have phone access. They have very aggressive rates for international calling and that. I don't really travel abroad, so not really an issue for me. But from what I understand, it's not a problem for them. The other really cool thing here is I can make phone calls and text messages from hangouts.google.com. When you port your number over and you go into the Project Fi, all the Hangouts is where you can initiate phone calls when you're on the web interface. So even without my phone, I can make phone calls right from my computer, from my laptop, from anywhere I have an internet connection and a login. So I can open it up, start making phone calls. It's really been nice for texting. So if someone starts a text conversation, I can go back and forth, and as soon as I log in, I can set my phone down, log in through my browser to the Hangouts, and the text conversation, the whole conversation is there right where I left off. I can just keep typing away. It also doesn't seem to have the 140 character split. It doesn't warn you when you're using a web interface, but it does, of course, on the other person's end. If their carrier is splitting up the limits with the 160 of text, it's going to cut it up and warn you that you're going, they're going to see like the multi-part images. But everything works really well. You can even transfer MMS pictures through the web interface too. So if you want to send someone via MMS, that works too. We found another weird feature is I can start a phone call on the Google with the phone and use the web interface and call two different numbers and have two conversations. Thought that was interesting. I haven't tried. Maybe I'll experiment later with opening up several of my laptops at the same time in my desktop and see if I can make a phone call of each of those. I thought it would stop one call or, not initiate one, but so far we've tried two simultaneously to two different numbers. No problem. Definitely kind of a cool feature. I like the fact that I didn't have to talk to anyone, that their customer service is there if you need them. They have phone support, they have chat support, and email support. I asked a question through the chat. I already knew the answer, which is right now Google's not offering insurance on the phones. They said it's about 2 months away according to their website. But I went ahead and opened up a chat session to see how quick their support. Took them less than 2 minutes to get with me, and that was the question I asked them, is when can I get this? They told me it wasn't available for about 2 months, just like it said on the website. And they said, would you like to be signed up for a mailer and be notified as soon as it's available, we'll send you an email. I said, no problem. They said, thank you very much. And that was it. Their support is fast. I don't know what else I would need support for because, well, the phone works. The transfer went fine. It required no phone calls. The only time I did have to call was Verizon because it kind of got stuck on my account and I had to go stop by the Verizon store because it still was trying to bill me for my old phone even though the number was ported away. That's all sorted out. It wasn't too hard to sort out Verizon. They were helpful on that. I just took an extra day for them to get it off the account. I couldn't just make it go away. But it's been really good so far. The calls have been going through perfectly fine. The HD voice sounds great because they do support the high definition audio. Haven't had any issues with it. I'll probably do another follow-up here, but it's really straightforward service. I really like this. I hope the carriers learn a lesson from this that, you know, this can be done. Don't have to rob us. You don't have to have complicated plans. You don't have to try and, you know, get us a lot of overages. They're trying to switch that way now. But being able to offer this and Google splitting it up between two networks means I have really solid coverage in a broad area and I have Wi-Fi calling, which is great because sometimes you're in a basement somewhere. Sometimes you're just somewhere where you don't have great cell signal, but you have the internet because the internet's everywhere. Jump on the Wi-Fi, does the calling for you. So far I'm really happy with it. Everything seems to work really well. And like I said, I'll follow this up in a couple of weeks. Thank you.